Hi folks, this is beginning of lab number 3, the little prep work that I need to talk to you about. Make sure you follow my instruction. This is the document that I put on eCampus under lab and homework 3 instructions with it, and I'm going to send this out at the same time with it. If you can please follow my instructions very carefully with this thing. This lab is due October the 7th. We got about a couple of weeks here. So key thing to note, this, for lab 1 and 2, I did allude it to you that you did everything as multiple separate projects. However, this lab is different. You will do everything in one project with multiple main CPP file in there. So please note, please read this. You will create one project like you would set up like normally you would do the 5 checkpoints with it. I want you to call that project, okay? Call that project. Just call it chapter, named it, or please call it chapter 3, okay? So call it chapter 3 in the project name that you have with it. Underneath the project 3 name that you will call it, every time when you add a new item, instead of adding it column main, you're going to name it chapter 3 underscore 1. Look, underscore 1 for problem number 1, underscore 2 for program exercise 2. So on and so on with this thing. Now, what you do not realize is that this is one project that you have multiple CPP file. How do you do that? Let me show you. For example, let's say I'm going to pause here for a second. Let me pause. Hi folks, this is a little prep work that I need for you to follow for our next lab, lab 3 with it. If you notice here, there are 5 problems for this lab. These are the page numbers that I have given you in the 6th edition. I need everybody to come in, and we're going to do this one project with, this is the project name, and you're going to add multiple CPP file, which is different from lab 1 and 2. What you need to realize is when you come down here, I'm going to help you start out with this thing. So I do my 5 checkpoint. I just called you. You did from lab 1, Windows 32 console application. This time, chap 3. One word, uppercase the C for me. Make sure this is disabled. And when you come in here, again, you come to the stage right here, just empty project, and click on finish with this thing. So you're here, you're going to come in here, you're going to right mouse click on the chap 3 and come down on add new items. So when you come down and select CPP in here, you're going to come in here and just do what? Chap 3 underscore 1. That's your first problem that you're going to program, right? And you can click on add. Here it is. You can do that. Let's go ahead. If you want to do that, I don't care if you want to do that now or not, but I'm going to do just a few of you so you can see what I'm talking about. This becomes what? Chap 3 underscore. What's our next problem? Let me toggle here. Our next problem is number 2. Okay? So number 2. Alright? And you click on add. And so on and so on. You're going to have a list of 1, 2, whatever the problem that you're going to have in here. Now, this is very important. I'm going to go in here at this time. I'm going to put the skeleton in this thing, right? So you got your skeleton that you have your code. This is what? Chapter lab 2, lab and homework 3 pages. What's the first one? I should copy that thing, right? So this is this page. And then paste here, and then you have number 1. Okay, so this is just number 1. All right, and then you have your skeleton in this thing. Okay, and then you have your what? Using namespace. This should be a whole hat for you, right? And int main function, curly brackets, return 0. Now, this is where you would go ahead and do this. This is very important. You are listening. This part's very important. There's only one int main per project. 1 int main per project. Everything else in the CPP file needs to be excluded, not delete. So I need for you, if you did something like this, just right mouse click on it, exclude from project, not delete or remove or anything like that. Exclude from project. Do you see this right here? You click on it, it says I want to exclude it. Click on yes. Okay. So when you compile this thing, you can go ahead and compile this thing if you want, right? And then if you want to bring it back for different projects, just right mouse click on chap 3, right mouse click add existing item that you should have, and this is what you should have right here is the existing item. So it brings it back, right? If you notice I didn't save that skeleton that I just put in. So when you compile each one of these things, when you can take the screenshot for each of the project, I would like for you to put the screenshot in this document that I gave you right here. Okay, this is the one I need for you to take screenshot. So this is chapter 3, number 1, for example. You call this number 1 screenshot. Kaboom, right here. Just paste that down here, and you got your first screenshot with it. Cool? This is it for a little prep work for that. So let me just stop this recorder right now.